Hello, welcome to my podcast. In the section today that we're doing on grounding, I want to just give you several techniques that will help to ground your aura. Our aura is constantly responding to our world. It's a huge, big vibrational bubble, and we respond to everything that happens to us, whether it be people, emotions, situations, and technology. In the olden days, there wasn't as much technology, and people, I believe, were more connected to nature and they worked more in natural settings. They walked more, there were more things that were done that were natural. However, today we've expanded our horizons, and many of us on computers, mobile phones, we have microwaves. There's always something going on electronically, and this does affect the aura. Quite a lot, actually. And I think that's why people in this particular century are actually feeling quite frazzled because they're not grounded. The aura isn't grounded. It's just sparking all the time to everything, wherever we go. It also sparks to noises as well and violent TV programs, which we probably are all watching. But our body doesn't know the difference. So if we see something scary on the TV, we will actually react to that our aura will react and we will have some kind of change in the aura. There are ways to remedy this and to make it easier in your life. I suggest that you use them whenever you need. The first one is in grounding is to connect to the earth energy. We have the earth energy and then what I call the heaven energy. It's probably not really heaven, but it's more the spiritual higher energy, and they're both quite different. Earth energy is very heavy and it's very dense, which makes it very grounding. In our feet, we have two chakras, and all you have to do is imagine these two chakras sending and connecting into the earth. So if you're standing, you connect into the Mother Earth energy, which is in the ground. That's the easiest way to do it. Standing somewhere, you just connect. You can also sit down. That's why when you go on a picnic or you sit on the grass or you're consciously sitting on the ground. That way you can bring the earth energy up through your feet if you want to, and also through your base chakra. The earth energy will calm the aura. You can also do a meditation where you bring the earth energy up into your aura and then you release, go back the other way, go right up to your crown, then release back through your crown and release it into Mother Earth and send blessings. We can actually do a cleansing of the aura by using the earth energy. The earth energy is very powerful. The simple act of just being in nature will have grounding effects on you. If you go to the park, if you sit outside to have a cup of tea, if you are exercising in spaces that have lots of trees, all of that will affect you. You will absorb all that earth energy, and that's why it's so calming. Also, being near the beach or being in water is the same thing. It's the earth energy that we're connecting to, and it's calming the aura and stilling the aura and almost cleansing the aura. Another way to ground yourself is, going to surprise you, is by doing really mundane things like cleaning. If you are washing the floor, cleaning the house, washing the outside veranda, watering, cleaning up things, if you're doing these very, what I call basic human things, it's very grounding. Particularly when you're upset. I notice if when I get upset, I'll end up cleaning something up. Like when I get really upset, clean the fridge. You know what I mean? These will be things that will help to stabilise the aura and slow the aura down. Cleaning has a trance-like quality to it and actually calms you down. So if you're upset, you might find that actually helps you to sort your drawers out, tidy up your desk, do things around the house or in your workspace that tidy everything up and make the energy feel better, and that will actually ground you. It is important that we are grounded, particularly if we're working in this sphere, because when you work in the spiritual, the energy is very high, it's very light, which is great, except it can make you feel a little la-la sometimes. You can feel a little spacey. And I've met people or worked on people whose feet aren't actually even touching the ground. Energetically, I'm talking. Of course, they are literally touching the ground, but energetically, they're not connected, and they're living and floating a bit. And you will find that if you do this work and these practices you'll sometimes get that floating feeling, which is very lovely. It's a good feeling, a lovely feeling, but it doesn't create balance in the aura. So to do that, you need to do the grounding things, which is to ground into Mother Earth. There are also healings that you can do on yourself, where you actually bring in Mother Earth energy. You can be in your bedroom or your high-rise building, and you can still do it. Just bring it up and bring the earth energy into your aura to calm it. Being near big trees is very powerful. That's, I think, why people hug trees, because the tree energy is a calming energy, very stabilizing. You'll know what to do. You'll know how to do it for you and which practices that will work for you. But I highly recommend that you keep yourself very, very grounded. And also, when you are upset, it's very good to go outside and put your feet on the ground and just ground yourself. You will find that the energy of that will help to get rid of any anger or fear, and sometimes anxiety as well, and just to calm you down, because that's what you're doing. Grounding is like connecting Mother Earth energy and bringing in that denser vibration, which will then calm the aura down, because we're just flickering all the time. And even though it's wonderful to respond to the world and to be sensitive to it, you are probably a very sensitive person if you're listening to these podcasts, so you're going to actually feel everything more than other people. So your responses to life and the way you cope with life might become harder because you just feel too much, you just sense too much, you just pick up too much. You can find that animals ground this way. They'll go and lie the way they lie on the ground, I think, and they know that the earth has an energy to it. The added benefit of doing grounding work is that we sit in the sunlight, which is also, as I've done in one of my podcasts, very powerful light, very healing light for us. And the other one is moonlight, which is also, I feel, another powerful light. If we can ever sit in moonlight or have our curtains open so the moonlight comes into our area. What we're basically doing is trying to lower our vibration, in a sense, to be balanced, that's all. So we have the earth energy, then we have our spiritual energy, where we're using our crown to connect to spirit, and we're making those two very balanced. I think people who do work in this area, particularly readers and clairvoyants, can understand this process, because you can feel very spacey. I know that feeling. It's sort of like living in the clouds. And even though it's a nice place to live, we don't really live there, we live here. And you need to get that balance between your soul work and your human work. I think that once you do this, you'll actually feel better. It'll also help if you've got your top, maybe would be 3 or 4 chakras very open, and the bottom 3 aren't as open. By grounding, it also helps to open up those chakras. So when you're doing meditation and you've got your feet on the ground, you bring the energy up, and you can open your base, your sacral. I always do the navel, solar plexus, the heart, the throat, third eye, and the crown, and you bring that energy right up and flush it through the aura. I think lots of cultures have known this, and that's why they connect to the earth constantly in their practices and the way they live. I think we've lost that a little bit, but we can find it again, and we can be still and be calm and be connected. It's all about connection to earth energy. That's what you're trying to do. Good luck with these little practices. I think you'll find they calm you down. And with that, you can also add some deep breathing. So if you're outside doing your earth energy thing, you just breathe in, breathe out. You can do it anywhere. You can be standing at a bus stop, really, and just bring the earth energy up through your feet. It will happen. You can be standing talking to somebody. It's a very quick practice, but it's a very powerful practice. And if you just keep doing it, you'll get a sense also of being more connected to the world, to nature, and I think more calm. I think it's more calm. The earth energy is, because of its heaviness, it also has the good part, which is the calmness. I don't think that people realise that they're living in the clouds, that they're not connected to the earth. I think they just don't think about it, really. But once you start to do that, you'll find that the balance in all of your life will get better. I hope you find it fun connecting to Mother Earth again, and I'm sending you lots of love and lots of light.